So, what I want to explain to you guys is basically how to resolve a lot of computer problems and how to keep your computer running without getting into issues in the first place. Usually, what causes issues is when your system updates automatically from Microsoft. Basically, what it does is it'll install drivers from what Microsoft thinks is best, and sometimes it'll even roll back it'll install old versions of the of drivers you already updated and overwrite them and cause a lot of issues with applications and games and stuff like that. That's usually what I ran into in the past, and the way to solve this issue is basically you will have to edit your group policy. I'm going to show you how to do that so that you can exclude driver updates when with Windows Update. So when Windows updates, like mission critical components and stuff like that, it won't install updated drivers or drivers that it thinks need to be updated. You can update your drivers on your own. Usually you don't really need to update your drivers that often. Like for example, if you have like your sound, your audio devices, if they work and you don't have any problems, usually it's good. Sometimes it can update to a version that's incompatible with your hardware and cause your system to crash right away. You won't be able to boot into Windows and all kinds of other issues can arise. So I'm going to show you how to basically update the group policy to exclude uh, software exclude driver updates in Windows Update. So first, you're just going to click here on your search and type in uh, GP Edit, which is the group policy editor. So what you're going to go to is you're going to click on computer configuration, and you're going to go to Windows settings, or I'm sorry, you're going to go to administrative templates, and then you're going to go to Windows components. Then you're going to scroll down to Windows Update, and you're going to look for the setting called, let's see, do not, it's going to be called something along the line, do not include, hang on a second, I'll show it to you. Let's see, do not include drivers with Windows updates. Right now, see it says not configured, do not include drivers with Windows updates. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to click on enable, and you're going to hit apply and OK. So now this is enabled. So now this will exclude updates for drivers when Windows updates. So this is actually good. You don't need to update your drivers. I mean, you can update, like for example, video card manufacturer drivers. You obviously you're gonna update them manually through the manufacturer's software or the manufacturer's website. You don't need to update your like basic drive sound drivers and all of that stuff. You don't need to update anything like that with Windows. Once it's operating and it's working, I would leave it like that. Those drivers are fine, and if they come out with a critical update, you can manually update it through the manufacturer's website. You just go to the website, download the driver, and then run it manually yourself. If you allow Microsoft to dictate what happens, you're gonna run into all kinds of problems, and it will make your system completely unstable. Sometimes it can even cause your Wi-Fi to shut down and not um, not basically see any Wi-Fi networks, or your network card can stop working because it can install a driver, like I said, that's not compatible with your system because there's so many different manufacturers, so many different systems. Why would you allow Microsoft to dictate what needs to be, what needs to go? So now when you go to update and security, you're gonna you'll see this message here. You can always revert this if you need to, if you don't want, if you don't. It'll say some settings are managed by your organization, which is basically your group policy. So view configured update policy. So see now it says policies set on your device exclude drivers from Windows quality updates, source administrator type group policy. Okay, you can always go back and turn that off, you know, if you really need to do in GP edit and then go back to the, and basically you can always turn it off if you really need to, but I recommend not to because you're going to have so many problems with the computer if you allow that to happen. If you allow Microsoft to dictate what goes, it'll cause a lot of problems. This a lot of stuff like that happens in organizations that I used to be a system administrator. I'm actually a system administrator, and basically this is the policy that needs to be in place because sometimes those updates come through and they will destroy they won't destroy the computer, they'll basically make the system completely unstable, and people need to work, they don't want to deal with these like nuisances and issues where basically you start your computer and it crashes, blue screen crash, no, it won't boot into Windows, you'll have a like some kind of driver mismatch, and it'll cause your computer can't start. You have to start in safe mode and basically update. You don't know which driver it is because the update pushes all the things at once, and it could cause multiple drivers to be in conflict or whatever. So that's just I'm just saying that's what needs. I would recommend. This is a highly recommended setting that will make your computer way more stable. All right, have a great day, guys.